technologypress.com. I'm Eric, and it's a gorgeous night out, and I'm in the process of evaluating the splits I made and the queen cells that I reared using the nicot method. This is my first shot at it. Pretty easy. Managed to get 8 cells. Originally thought I had only 4. You know, the traditional peanut ones like this show up pretty well on these, but with, I don't know if you can see it, the buckwheat, you can see the yellow white flowers out there. It's just starting to dry off. We've had a real spell of drought, so it's nearly over, but the bees are still loving it. So the honey flow was so heavy that in fact I had another 4 cells that were just buried in burr comb, such as this one. And out of those I actually got 6. One never came out of that little peanut. I opened it up and it turned out it was a void. So they'd drawn a whole peanut around something that never even developed. That was in the hive that I didn't bother splitting off the queen and then making a queen right. The other ones, the other 7 in the hive that I did that, worked out perfectly, including these other 4 that were buried in burr comb. And you can see here's a regular cell. When you check it, queen's burrowed right out of there. And I think this was the one that I actually got a sight of the queen. They're not yet laying yet, but beautiful queen on the comb. Other ones, like you can see here, buried in the burr comb. When I looked at it, I figured I'd take a chance on it, and I'm glad I did, because you can see that the queen has come out in spite of being buried around all of this. Here was another one. You can see a little bit of the royal jelly in there at the bottom, and indeed when I did an evaluation, no queen had come out, but you can see her abdomen. She died in there for whatever reason. So out of the 8, I have a total of 6 that the queens emerged in. So we're giving them some sugar syrup, and we'll start giving them some protein patties, and hopefully we'll have a bunch more hives to go into next year. So really cool, really easy. This didn't require grafting. I'll give my hand at grafting a try later. Not the cheapest method, about $100 all told. It requires you make a bunch of visits out to the bee yard, but overall I'm pretty happy with the process, especially being able to push it into the season that you want rather than just having to rely on swarm cells as we did at the start of the year. So if you are thinking about giving this system a shot, I'd say go for it. And I'm already going to push, even though it is beginning of August, mid-August, I'm going to give it a shot and see if I can do one more round of queen rearing, and even if I come up with some nukes that are a little bit weaker, feed them like crazy and see how overwintering goes with them. So I've been really impressed with this easy method. If you can find the queen, you can do this method. So give it a consideration in your queen rearing techniques. And for more on this and other cool things to empower your independence, go to enduringtechnologypress.com. Thanks.